One of the things that was brought to my attention is that sometimes I have this belief that everybody else understands some of the language and terminology that I use. One of the things that I consistently say that some people have actually caught my attention and said, I have no idea what that means, is holding space. What is that? What is it about holding space for someone? And I think it is one of the most powerful things actually in coaching, is being able to create a space for someone to be able to be themselves, to be able to show up without any judgments, to be able to say or do and be however they're going to show up in that moment, and just be able to hold a safe container for them so that they can express what it is that they're going through or they want to share. So that's what holding space is about. And again, a lot of times, many people are so distracted and so caught up in their own stuff that they immediately, instead of being there for someone and to listen and to be present, they immediately go in their head. And they're thinking even like, what am I going to say next when the other person's even talking? We all do it. But I think it's really important to practice this, holding space for someone, because it's such a powerful thing, and it really helps build relationships so much more closer. It helps to strengthen intimate relationships, especially if you can hold beautiful space for your intimate partner. So, hold space. Less is more. You don't always have to be the one talking. It's important to pause and listen and have empathy versus sympathy for someone, which there's a big difference. And I think a lot of people want to help sometimes, and even in the coaching industry, this can also be misinterpreted. A lot of people will say, like, what's another way of looking at that? Or, yes, you had a shitty day, but look, other people are suffering even more. It's disregarding that person's emotions and feelings. So when someone is having a conversation with you, it is so important to hold space for them and really put yourself in their shoes. Pause, acknowledge, reassure, not want to fix anything, especially if you're a male. Males tend to want to fix, or sometimes even when we're in our masculine, we get into this mode of wanting to fix the situation. So it's so important to hold space and really listen so that we can understand, not listen so that we can respond. And there's a difference. And I think what has really transformed the relationship with my kids and I is my ability to hold space for them instead of in the past wanting to fix whatever was happening. They had, some pretty intense moments in their life, and they felt really challenged by certain situations, and I would come and want to fix it instead of be there and listen and hold space and have empathy, which empathy would create being on their side. So it would sound like this, to give you a little bit more context, is my son would say something like, this is not what I want, this really sucks. And I would say, well, but you're going to have other options by doing this. So, let's all be merry. It's going to be great. Let's look at the bright side. I was totally dismissing that in his world, he was actually in pain. So by shifting that and being able to put myself in his shoes and really understand, like, hey, I hear that this is really causing you, this unease. And it sucks. Yeah, it sucks. Totally sucks. I get it. Not exactly in your shoes, but I can understand from what you're saying. Yeah, it sucks. And once you're in that moment, not only then when you're in that moment, you can then reframe it and say, it really sucks. And what are some options here? What can we do together? Is there any possibilities? Because yeah, I'm with you. It sucks. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you being open and sharing that with me. When you are able to do that, versus sometimes as parents, we want to go ahead and fix something, or even in a relationship. And I don't mean any gender. I'm talking about masculine and feminine. When there is, the strong masculine that comes across and wants to fix everything, sometimes women just want to be heard. So by simply just listening, holding that beautiful space, and just even asking the question, I hear you. What would you like me to do? What can I do to support you? I hear you. So that's my more than 2 cents, because I've been already 5 minutes on holding space and a little bit on communication. But hope it serves you, and it hopes this is also in the hopes of strengthening. Can't speak. I've done too many videos today. It's strengthening your relationships with those around you and that you love, because communication is so important. And again, sometimes is without words. Just being able to really be there for someone can mean the world to that person. I am very, very lucky that I have a ton of people that hold such beautiful, beautiful space for me, and therefore I am blessed to really know and feel how that feels, and I am able to do that with my clients and the people I love. So comment, let me know if that was helpful, and talk to you soon.